Turn 29, another relatively good turn for me. So I killed 4 times units from Marcus. I won 4 battles and didn't do any fights versus independents. First one was a Cadaver with 10 HP, which I spotted with my scout and killed, otherwise Marcus would have been able to pick this mana stash. Second, so I didn't lose any HP with the scout, but I used Scout Death March on him, so that's why he was at 50% of HP. Second was versus Die Panther, didn't lose much HP because I stunned it pretty fast. And I took this fortress, and now I've got the Sphinx temple inside my domain, so additional gold, mana, and research points. I kept the Node Serpent outside, so that if Marcus checks the result of the battle, he would see I'm not concealed, and he doesn't know I have the rogue with me. And if he comes to attack me, he will see only the Node Serpent, but actually I've got all these units. Third was the Shock Serpent, gaining 8 experience killing the Flamer, and I didn't lose any HP because the Shock Serpent moves 7 hexes. Oh no, 6 hexes on map because 36 movement points. Because he was with my rogue on the previous turn. So actually, Marcus might be able to see that if he checks the movement points. And yeah, I stunned the Flamer and killed it in 2 hits. I used Raised Militia on this. I'm not really sure what to do with this city. We are going to discuss that after. And now I'm concealed on water. And fourth was versus 2 hunters, and as you can see I've got 3 Sphinxes because I've got Monoculture this turn. Lost 1 cheetah, but it's not a big deal. And now the situation of Marcus in terms of mana is pretty bad. He's at something like minus 36. Here the AI did a very bad job. Yeah, minus 34, 28 from the dwelling, I suppose, and 42 from his cities. Just to show briefly, all the Sphinxes used Sandisk, but they used it from here instead of, so they have minus 75% damage because of the obstacle, and they could have moved here, for instance, and used the Sandisk with a lot more damage, and I might have been able to win the fight on round 1, so I'm not sure why they didn't. Then I moved back the Sphinxes. I had moved my leader here before the attack, so that they spawned just behind me, and then I was able to reach the enemy units. Also because I've got try running from Explorer, and the Sphinx are recruits, are irregulars, so I benefit from off the beaten path, and I also have scout training on them, which is pretty nice. So that's one more reason to play Explorer when you are Tigrant Warlord, is that the Sphinx benefits from the bonuses. We still have Dark Sun, so it's quite hard to see around. So I moved, my throne was moved to the north of the map, so I'm taking the risk of moving my leader here with 8 units and soon 12. And my idea is that Marcus is probably in this area. I'm going to regroup with this Necromancer, so I've got my scout here who killed the Cadaver. I use Scout Death March on it to move all the way to this cave entrance, and then up to here, because I suppose the Necromancer moved there, and then here, and probably took the haste berries, and it's probably going to regroup, take the dungeon, and have an army of at least 2, maybe 3 stacks there. So I want to go challenge him, especially since there is this shrine getting replenished next turn, so I want to take it with my troops. And then pray this shrine in 2 turns, 3 turns. So I'd like to take it 2. And if I die, I can reappear on the north of the map. And actually I might win. I've got a pretty strong army. So yeah, I thought it was the best solution, and I've got more troops coming from underground. Here I've got these 6 units which took the Lucky Cloverfield, and we're going to move to this cave entrance and then regroup with my leader army. So I've got 3 stacks too. And I hope I can spot him with my scout next turn, because I don't know exactly what troops he has so far. And I guess his giant Diber extra are also moving toward this direction, because I've got this scout here, was around here at the beginning of the turn. We moved there. Moved there also. I didn't see anyone in this area. I took the haste berries, moved there to check the inn, because I thought maybe he's moving through the water to attack me here, but it looks like he's not, because the inn is not explored. So I'm going to move back here, and I've got Artic concealment from the shrine, and then next turn I can keep moving. So I'm still producing a Tigran Berserker here. I'm producing 2 scouts. Gold, here I don't know yet. Gold. The second scout, gold. And I spent 250 gold to recruit a new hero here, because he has this griffin here, so he might go and attack my Archon dwelling, and that's I needed an additional defense because the hatchling is not going to be enough. So he starts with melee command. I'm going to add defense command and martial arts for now, and war cry, I guess. And that's it for now. I will see later what other stuff I want to add. Then what else? So nothing in this area. Here I moved the Mystic and the Monster Hunter here to block and defend the watchtower, so that the Griffin cannot reach Synuhe. He would need to move this way, and it's not possible to reach Synuhe. I had to move the Mystics there because I retreated with all the other troops to take the Lucky Cloverfield and get ready to regroup with my leader. This Griffin is a bit annoying, but yeah, I don't know. So I migrated Nome, and my Tron got migrated, so I got 2 cities back in the Monoculture count, and I was at 7 cities, and then I bought Synuhe also for 100 gold this turn, so that's also explained why I got a bit low on gold. And humans became unhappy because I migrated another city, so I migrated 2 cities. No, 1 city, and 1 was a dwarf city, and I raised 1 city. Cheerful got got cheerful. No, sorry, Tigrans got cheerful, which means I've got plus 200 happiness, I think. Plus 300. Yeah, that's nice. And it means my alignment changed to evil, so I've got my base happiness plus 100. But then I became more neutral this turn also, so minus 100, because I bought Synuhe, so it decreased. I bought favor with independence, so it decreased my alignment by 25. I mean, I became more good, so now I'm slightly evil again. But at least it's better for my heroes because they've got dedicated to neutral because of the scales of fortune, which I didn't want to research but got researched anyway because of the lost library I explored. And yeah, it means I'm only minus 200 unhappiness instead of minus 500 if I was very evil or whatever the name. So buying Synuhe meant I got Monoculture and I could control where I got it. And now I can target Heptatopia, but actually it's going to be quite tough. Right now I've got only 2 cities with village size, town size, sorry. And then I've got Irandi, we will grow in 7 turns, Synuhe in 2 turns, Synuhe in 1 turn, Sekmera Metra in 6 turns, probably more after Synuhe grows. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would need 1 more, and the 1 more is going to be a bit difficult, I think. This one is not going to make it, so maybe Norm, but it's at least, sorry, it's at least 3 turns before village, and then a lot of turns before town, so it's going to be tough. So I don't have big hopes for Heptatopia. So this one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because if I migrate it, then I'm very unhappy with the humans, and I got the alignment malus, so I get a bonus here, but a malus for my leader and hero. If I release it, might be better. Absorb it, I wouldn't have anyone to guard it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so I guess Vassal is best, but I won't get a very big income from it because the humans will still be at minus 200 race happiness with me, and plundering it wouldn't gain. Oh, actually that's not too bad, but that's the same in terms of alignment and race unhappiness, so I don't know. I think release is best. That would not be too hard for him to take it back, and that's 4 turns. So I don't know if you can comment maybe what you would have done if you were me. I guess I'm going to release. So this I already did, and that's the end of turn. Ah yeah, forgot something important, it's here. So he has some defenders, so I could have reached the area with the shock trooper and this guy, and then I could have used Coup de March on the adventurer and the ice caper to reach also, but with only 50% of their current HP. That would have been 4 versus 3, but I think the priest is going to do a lot of damage, and the spider is also quite dangerous, so even if it doesn't have wall, it's a bit dangerous, so I didn't do it. And I prefer to maybe attack next turn if it doesn't have any additional units, or at least I put my unit just next to him, so he's very unhappy because he has enemy in the main and enemy at the gate. That's something like minus 400. It means minus 30% income, which means less mana, less gold, less research, and especially for mana it puts him in the raid zone. I tried to look on the wiki what is the percentage of chance of rebellion, but I wasn't able to find it, so I'm going to ask Zasco if he can find that in the mod tools and if we can input it in the wiki. But maybe he has a small chance of the city rebelling. Thanks for watching, see you next turn.